I was so afraid that because the police were saying that my sisters couldn't see him, that he was going to pass away and they would never get to see him again. It was the scariest day of our whole lives.
She said, "Something's wrong with the baby." Excuse me. "Something's wrong with the baby. You need to get to the hospital right away."
They told me that my daughter had a complex skull fracture. She had old blood on her brain and chronic subdural hematoma, and that she would need neurosurgery. And then at that point, they told me that her injuries were indicative of a non-accidental trauma. And I remember just thinking, this doesn't make sense. You're in the wrong room. That's not my baby. I don't know who would hurt my baby.
She also developed subsequently afterwards infantile spasms, which is a very rare and severe form of epilepsy that could be life-threatening and really can lead to severe developmental delays and disabilities.
It isn't only the initial fear of these babies losing their life, but families have a variety of fears because of the unknowns and what lies ahead for both them and for their child.
Will she have memory deficits? Will she have issue with just basic recollection of things? So from a learning disabilities standpoint, it's kind of a gray area. So I worry about where will this lead?
We have to be very careful to make sure he doesn't get sick, because it takes a long time for him to recover, and any little thing you fear could be the thing that finally puts him in.
My older two sons are in a lot of sports, and I haven't put him in anything yet because I'm just so
worried about
afraid about him getting
head
injured.
injuries, and all of the healing that we've done so far for him, we don't want it to be given up because of we put him in a sport that's maybe a little bit more contact than another.
I think for me, one of the most difficult pieces of this was the trauma of someone I loved hurting my child and being dishonest with me. And then I felt, how could I trust myself to ever trust someone else again when I clearly did not do a very good job at picking who to trust in the first place?
Some of the stuff that limits him is just from our fear, but I don't know any way around it. I feel like I need to protect him.
For less than the cost of a gallon of milk, you can help prevent the abuse. Please contribute today to help us save babies' lives.